Your future is being shaped by what you repeatedly do every day. It is a quiet, almost invisible process. While you are sleeping, while you are eating, and while you are scrolling, your brain is physically rewiring itself based on the path of least resistance you've provided it. We often look at successful individuals and credit their big breaks, but biology tells a different story. Success isn't an event, it's a biological byproduct of consistency. Most people believe that to change their life, they need a massive surge of motivation, a lightning bolt of inspiration that carries them to a new horizon. But motivation is a fickle chemical state. It is dependent on how much sleep you had, what you ate for lunch, and whether the sun is shining. If you wait for motivation, you are a slave to your environment. Habits, however, are the gears of the machine. They don't care how you feel. When a habit is truly formed, the basal ganglia in your brain takes over, bypassing the energy-intensive prefrontal cortex. You stop deciding and start being. To master your life, you must stop trying to change your results and start changing your systems. We are going to deconstruct 7 foundational habits, grounded not in hustle culture tropes, but in the hard reality of neurobiology and ancient wisdom. Habit number 1, the sovereign morning. The first habit is to wake up with purpose. This is not about the 5 a.m. club or any specific timestamp. It is about the transition from the subconscious state of sleep to the conscious state of action. In the moments after you wake, your brain is in a state of high plasticity. If the first thing you do is reach for your phone, you are immediately surrendering your sovereignty. You are injecting the anxieties, opinions, and agendas of the world directly into your neural pathways before you've even stood up. When you wake with purpose, you define the day before the day defines you. The Stoics called this the morning examination. Instead of reacting to notifications, you acknowledge your intent. Science backs this up with the concept of decision fatigue. Every small decision you make, what to wear, what to eat, what to check first, depletes a finite reservoir of mental energy. By automating your morning through a purposeful routine, you preserve that energy for the work that actually matters. Think of your morning as the rudder of a ship. A small adjustment at the beginning of the journey determines whether you end up in a paradise or crashed against the rocks. The purpose doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be yours. Whether it's 5 minutes of silence or a specific task you've committed to finishing, the act of following through on a promise to yourself at 7 a.m. sets a psychological precedent for the next 16 hours. You are telling your brain, I am the one in charge here. Number 2, the physical foundation. The second habit is to exercise daily. We often view exercise as a tool for aesthetics, to look better in the mirror. But the elite scriptwriter of the human body knows that movement is primarily a cognitive tool. When you exercise, you aren't just burning calories. You are bathing your brain in brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Scientists refer to BDNF as miracle grow for the brain. It encourages the growth of new neurons and strengthens the connections between existing ones. If you are sedentary, your brain begins to prune its connections. Stagnation is a signal to the body that high-level cognitive function is no longer required. But when you push your physical limits, you trigger a cascade of neurochemicals dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine that sharpen your focus and stabilize your mood. This isn't about running a marathon every day. It's about the consistent signal of vitality. The psychological cliffhanger here is that the hardest part of exercise isn't the movement itself, it's the transition. Your brain is a survival machine designed to conserve energy. It will give you 1,000 reasons to stay on the couch. Overcoming that resistance daily is a form of tempering. Like steel in a forge, you are making yourself harder to break. Every rep, every mile, and every drop of sweat is a vote for the person you want to become. Habit 3, the intellectual feed. Habit 3 is to read every day. In a world of 15-second videos and headline-only consumption, deep reading has become a superpower. When you read a book, you are performing a neural download of someone else's lifelong expertise into your own mind. You are essentially cheating at life by learning from the mistakes others have already made. But there is a deeper layer. Reading long-form content trains your attentional muscle. Our current digital environment is designed to fragment our attention. Every notification is a micro-distraction that prevents us from entering deep work. Reading requires a sustained focus that rewires your brain for concentration. It forces you to synthesize complex ideas, follow long narrative arcs, and visualize concepts. If you stop learning, you start dying. This isn't poetic, it's biological. Cognitive reserve, your brain's ability to improvise and find alternate ways of getting a job done, is built through constant intellectual stimulation. By reading daily, you are expanding your vocabulary of thought. You begin to see patterns that others miss. You realize that the new problems you face have been solved 1,000 times over by people who lived centuries ago. You aren't just reading words, you are building a mental library of solutions. Number 4. The Architect's Blueprint. The fourth habit is to plan tomorrow today. Most people wake up and ask, "What do I have to do today?" By then, it's already too late. You are already in the reactive zone. The elite performer operates on a proactive schedule. By spending 10 minutes the night before mapping out your primary objectives, you allow your subconscious mind to work on those problems while you sleep. This is known as the Zeigarnik effect, our tendency to remember uncompleted tasks better than completed ones. If you don't write down your plan, your brain keeps those tabs open all night, leading to low-quality sleep and morning anxiety. When you externalize the plan onto paper, you close the tabs. You give your brain permission to rest. When you wake up with a plan already in place, you eliminate the friction of choice. You don't have to wonder what to do, you just have to execute. This creates a momentum loop. Small wins early in the day lead to a sense of self-efficacy, which makes the harder tasks later in the day feel more manageable. You aren't just planning your time, you are managing your psychological momentum. Habit 5. The Fortress of Focus. Habit 5 is to control distractions. We live in the attention economy, where some of the smartest minds on the planet are paid millions to figure out how to keep you looking at a screen. Your attention is the most valuable resource you possess, and it is under constant siege. If you do not consciously protect it, it will be stolen from you. The data on task switching is devastating. Studies show that it can take up to 23 minutes to return to a state of deep focus after a single interruption. If you check your phone every 15 minutes, you are effectively never operating at full cognitive capacity. You are living in a state of continuous partial attention. Controlling distractions isn't about willpower, it's about environment design. If your phone is on your desk, your brain is using energy just to not check it. By removing the temptation, putting the phone in another room, or using blockers. You free up that mental energy for the work at hand. You must create a fortress of focus. In this space, the world does not exist. There is only you and the craft. This is where flow happens, and flow is where the highest quality of human output is generated. Habit number 6, perpetual evolution. The 6th habit is to learn continuously. This is different from the daily reading habit. Continuous learning is about the active acquisition of new skills. In the modern economy, the half-life of a skill is shrinking. What you learned 5 years ago might be obsolete today. To stay relevant, you must be an aggressive learner. This requires a beginner's mind. The moment you think you are an expert, you stop growing. You become defensive of your current knowledge and blind to new information. The most successful people in the world are those who are willing to be the dumbest person in the room so they can soak up knowledge from others. This habit is about stacking. You don't just learn a skill in isolation, you learn how to combine skills in unique ways. A writer who understands data science is 10 times more valuable than a writer who doesn't. A leader who understands psychology is more effective than one who only understands spreadsheets. Continuous learning is the process of building a unique value proposition that makes you indispensable. It is the ultimate insurance policy against a changing world. Number 7. The final reflection. The 7th and final habit is to reflect before sleep. This is the closing of the books. Just as a business audits its performance, you must audit your day. What did you do well? Where did you stumble? What did you learn about yourself? Without reflection, experience is just stuff that happened. Reflection turns experience into wisdom. It allows you to identify the leaks in your system. If you find yourself repeatedly failing at habit 5, reflection is where you ask why and adjust your environment. It prevents you from making the same mistakes for 40 years and calling it experience. Reflection also cultivates gratitude, which isn't just a feel-good concept. Neurologically, practicing gratitude increases the density of neurons in the hypothalamus and helps regulate stress. By ending your day focusing on what went right and what you learned, you prime your brain for a restorative sleep state. You aren't going to bed with the weight of the day's failures. You are going to bed with the clarity of a plan for improvement. The final challenge. Your life is not a grand narrative written in the stars. It is a collection of 24-hour cycles. If you win the day, you win the week. If you win the week, you win the year. And if you win enough years, you build a legacy. These 7 habits, waking with purpose, daily movement, deep reading, intentional planning, protected focus, active learning, and nightly reflection, are not tips. They are the fundamental laws of human excellence. They are difficult because they require you to fight against your own biological urge for comfort. But on the other side of that discomfort is a version of you that you haven't met yet, a version that is capable, focused, and resilient. The world doesn't need more people who are trying to be better. It needs people who have built the systems to be better. The question isn't whether these habits work. The science is settled. The wisdom is ancient. The only question is whether you have the courage to start today, not tomorrow. Today, your future self is watching. What are you going to do?